I decided to take the VSA training course sort of on a fluke, is kind of how I do things. And it just so happened that on my email came across something about a class through this bowl company. So I looked at it, I looked at my calendar, I could do it. It was a week-long class, and I thought, I'm just gonna take this, I'm gonna learn how to play these bowls.
Jeff Howard was my instructor, and he was absolutely fantastic. I can't imagine having anybody else but him. He's full of energy. He knows what he's doing. You just leave with so much more than you can ever imagine.
He's tough in the moment that give the class very clearly and everything, but at the same time sweet with each student, and that is helping a lot because he doesn't can come for each person in the moment that you was in all the table with the patient in the moment to start the teaching. He can come because the person is going to get up or something like that. He teach like this and this, and we learning to know how is his expression, and is very confident.
I did my training in Vegas, and the very first day when I opened the door and I looked in and saw all the bowls there, I was like, oh, this is not gonna be, I'm gonna be spending a lot of money down here. I was like a kid in a candy store. It was absolutely amazing.
When I walked into the classroom for the first time, I went, wow, because it was a really beautiful space. It was very sacred. There was bowls and beautiful musical instruments everywhere, and as well the tables were all set up and they looked so inviting, and then there was just this beautiful space set up in a circle for all of us to come together, and it felt good. It felt like a very special space, and it was.
The materials I received in class, the manual is very well written, very clear and concise, I thought, very detailed. Anything that needed to be changed during the course of the workshop, Jeff immediately had changed. I was very impressed with the promptness in which he handled all the matter. We were allowed to select our bowls, and that was nice to be able to select bowls, so I went around and did that because I was listening for sound.
We went from using a manual that was extremely well put together that guided us through the course from history to the bowls to actual treatments that we can use, time treatments that we can actually take to our practices and use on our clients. We also had a part where Jeff was filling in the information for us, so using the manual as a guide and a tool, and then filling in. Then we had a demonstration that he did for us of all of the treatments that we were giving before we ever had to start using the bowls in practice. So we were very well versed in several different ways of getting the information. So by the time we completed the certification, we were ready to practice.
The information I learned was the relaxation response that you get from the bowls and the entrainment that your brainwaves go through, which helps relax you further. You can go into a very deep meditative or even a deep sleep state with these singing bowls, and it's so relaxing. I personally like it better than a massage as far as relaxation goes.
I'm always open to the possibilities, and having seen this in practice, having it done on me, going through the course, seeing how we all responded and you know, benefited from it. This is something I can see doing, you know, till I'm no longer here.
I liked the immersion, you know, it was 5 or 6 days that we were there, and so I felt really pretty confident in walking out and doing a session. You know, we repeated, we went over some things, and yet the other beauty about it was that I walked out with a set of bowls that I could just like, you know, go across the street and do this if I wanted to. You know, like I had everything that I needed to step into a session.
You know, if you're on the fence about coming to take a class, and go with your gut on it and come do it, even if it's just for your own self-care. Like if you don't have a modality, like if you don't have a space to bring this relaxation technique into the world right now, it will come. because part of the class towards the end of the courses, they go over business stuff and techniques and brainstorming. And now that you've experienced this and you've got these group of people together and we're bouncing things off of each other, like, let's take all of our backgrounds and help you bring this into reality.
I think this is a reasonable price because you get to have all the materials in once, and they are very well presented, well organized, but really you get to learn by practicing, and it is worth it because of the practice.
I think I would like to thank and compliment Jeff for starting VSA. I think it's really important for people to find their purpose and to share that. And the irony behind it all is you know, we're talking about the ripple effect. So we can talk about the ripple effect of water, or we can talk about the ripple effect of sound. And Jeff's created that, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that he's found that, and he's embraced it in such a way that he shares that with others, and he does it in a very professional manner, very welcoming manner, and I'm glad to be a part of it. Thank you.